What is up, you beautiful people, and welcome back to the Upper 90 YouTube channel. We have some matches this week which we need to talk about and predict who's going to win in week 24 and also who we should pick for our fantasy league. So stick around as we dive deeper into this. For those that don't know who I am, my name is Mike, huge fan of the Premier League, which happens to be the best league in the world. If you agree with me, make sure to hit the like button, and if you have not, make sure to subscribe as well. I greatly appreciate that. Now, like I said, today's video, we're talking about who's going to win in week 24 and some of the players you should be picking up for your fantasy league. Now, first match, we have a relegation battle between Newcastle and Everton. This, I think, is going to be a very good game, not only for the players, but also a testimonial for Frank Lampard, since this will be technically his first game in the Premier League for Everton. Yes, he did just win over the weekend for the FA Cup, but again, it's a little bit different when you play in the Premier League. I see Everton actually winning this game. I think as long as their signings can actually show up and play well, they will win this game against Newcastle. I see this being a 2-1 win for Everton. With that being said, I'm going to make a bold prediction and say Donny van de Beek is going to be one of the players you should pick up. And I'm not too sure if he actually will start, but if he does, I think he's going to be the best player on the pitch in that match. Now, following that game, we have Watford versus West Ham. Now, this one I shouldn't have to say too much in this game. The fact that West Ham has been playing very, very well this season. Yes, they've had a few stumbles. Watford are technically right now in the relegation zone. Therefore, I think West Ham should win this one pretty easily. I think it's going to be a 3-1 win for West Ham. They probably will let up a goal, but overall, again, West Ham should this one. I'm going to pick Antonio as West Ham getting a brace in this game. I think he's going to be one of the better strikers this weekend. Following that, then we have Manchester United versus Burnley. Now, we have to talk about Manchester United for just a brief second here and how poorly they've been doing these last couple weeks, and also mention that they did just get knocked out of the FA Cup against Middlesbrough in a PK shootout, which again I think is going to take a massive blow to the confidence for this team and also the players itself, which may make a difference in this game when Manchester United going against Burnley, because Burnley right now are fighting in the relegation zone. Yes, they have a few games in hand and could actually go above some of the teams in the relegation right now, but it's going to be very difficult for them. But in this match, I think Manchester United is going to struggle once again, and it's going to be a 1-1 draw for this team and for Burnley, which again is going to be a great point for Burnley. With that being said, I think we're going to have to go with a Manchester United player. And I'm actually going to go with De Gea in this one. I think he's going to have a few saves, which again, he isn't going to get a clean sheet, but overall, I think he's still going to have a very good game for Manchester United. Their defense has been lacking, and therefore, again, I think De Gea is going to have to make a huge few saves in this game and get some fantasy points that way. Then we go to Wednesday. We have Manchester City versus Brentford. I shouldn't have to say too much about this. You probably, if you have enough points, pick all the Manchester City players, because I think they will just cruise past Brentford, even though Brentford is a fairly good team. But again, Manchester City is just so much above all the other teams in the Premier League, minus a few clubs. And therefore, again, I see them winning this very coolly. I think it's going to be a 4-1 win. I think Brentford will sneak in a goal. But again, I think Manchester City will easily win this game. Kevin De Bruyne is going to be my pick. I mean, it's pretty obvious. You could go with maybe another player, Cancelo, but I think Kevin De Bruyne is going to have a few assists and probably goal as well in this match. Following that, then, we have Norwich versus Crystal Palace. This one is going to be a toss-up. It's hard to say who could win this one because either team could definitely show up and win this game. Norwich, again, are starting to play a little bit better each and every week, but Crystal Palace, I think, are the better team this week, and I think they're going to win this 2-1 win for Crystal Palace. I think Gallagher is going to be the guy you're going to want to pick in the midfield as well. He seems to be the talisman for Crystal Palace this season, so again, I'm going to pick him this week for week 24. We then have Tottenham versus Southampton. This, again, is going to be a great game for Antonio Conte because he did bring in some players during this January window, which hopefully he can actually establish them into his system, because they definitely need some more players in their midfield. Yes, they let a few players go during this window, but again, Conte got the players that he won, which I think is going to help him make this team better and better. Now, it may take some time to incorporate them into his system, which again, I'm not too sure if they'll actually get to start this weekend, but overall, I think Tottenham will win this game. I think they'll win 3-1. I think, Southampton will have a pretty decent game, but overall, I think Tottenham just has the better squad and will win this game. I'm going to pick Harry Kane to pick on your fantasy team. I'm not sure, he may have one, maybe two goals, but I think he's also going to have an assist as well. Then after that, we have Aston Villa versus Leeds. This is going to be a fun game to watch. I think there's going to be a lot of goals in this match. Leeds just love attacking, don't defend as well. Aston Villa, again, are a very good team since Stevie G's been there. And overall, I think this is going to be a fun match. For this game, I'm going to predict that it's going to be probably a 3-2 win for Aston Villa. I think Stevie G is getting this team in the right direction. And I think Luca Digne is going to be the defender you're going to want to pick up. I think he's going to have a free kick along with an assist in this game. So again, I would pick him in your fantasy league. Then after that, we go to Thursday. We have Liverpool versus Leicester. This one, I think, could be a very good toss between the two teams. Liverpool, I mean, they still are not going to have their players since they were just gone. So Mane and Salah are going to be out for this match. They just played in the final. Congratulations to Mane for winning with his team for Senegal. Obviously, congratulations to Mendy as well. But this, I think, is going to be a closer match than people realize because of those players being gone. I think Leicester City could sneak out a win, but again, I think Liverpool may just eke by them at the end. I'm actually going to say it's going to be a 2-2 draw in this just because I think it's going to be too close. I'm not too sure who's going to win this one. But the player I'm going to pick for my fantasy, though, is going to be James Maddison for Leicester City. I think he's been doing very, very well in the midfield, and he's a good pick to pick for your fantasy league. And in our last match, we have Wolves versus Arsenal. This, I think, is going to end in a draw, just a 0-0 draw because Arsenal didn't pick up anyone in their window. I don't know why they didn't. They definitely need a striker that can score goals, and because of that, I don't see them winning this game, let alone even scoring a goal. Wolves can maybe sneak out a win, a 1-0 win. As we know, they're a very defensive team, and I think they may, like I said, sneak one out, but I think I'm going to predict a 0-0 or 0-0 draw in this match. As a defender, I'm going to pick probably Cody just because he's going to get a clean sheet in this game, but I'm not really too sure who you'd want to pick outside besides that. Maybe Sa, as their goalkeeper, but otherwise I'm going to go with Cody as a defender. So that is all I have for you today in week 24 for my predictions and the fantasy picks, who you should be picking up for your fantasy league. If you did enjoy this video, again, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe down below. I greatly appreciate that. And even comment down below who you think is going to win and who you're going to pick for your fantasy this week. I really want to know. So comment down below. And I will see you next time.